Hello, everybody out there. How is it going? Welcome to Flawless Rage 2. I am Andrew, and tonight we are going to be having a bit of fun. So, back on the old flipper. So, I have a talking point for tonight, and I also have a property that is done. We'll get to that in a little bit. First of all, hope you guys are okay on this wet, windy, dreary, cold Sunday night. Oh, how wonderful. Okay, so let's get into it. So, I bought the compact house. Boston straight away in the chat, he said, I just checked to see if you were alive. I am. Literally 5 seconds ago. What's happening, my brother? Not much, bro. Not much. You know, I've got something done. I have a property built, which I'll be showing a little bit later on. And also have a talking point for tonight as well. I'm good, bro. How's you and how's Mama Boston? I hope you guys are okay. Welcome to the stream. So, the compact house. I've done this many a time, but I thought I'd do a flat roof version. And I've also extended it out just a little bit. I've done a bit of work on it. We've got like a little hallway here, double access to the kitchen, what's going to be the kitchen anyway, and the new staircase goes up. And yeah, look how much I've extended that. So, looking good. But we're going to carry on and get on with the living room tonight, which is going to be a back living room because I have one. I'm kind of obsessed with back living rooms. So let's get into it. So let's stick some windows up in this. Actually, should we do it first and then? Yeah, let's surface finish it first. Let's go with some wallpaper. So, yeah, talking point coming up later on tonight, and it's a doozy, so stay tuned for it. But yeah, we're going to have some nice cat wallpaper. You've been lazy when it comes to house flipper. Not to worry, bro, not to worry. Sometimes you just feel like that, you know. Sometimes you can be like, should I? And sometimes you're like, fuck it. You know, so completely understandable. We're going to go with some cat wallpaper in the living room on this one. Now, this was originally the kitchen area, and I had a door out the back. That has long gone. So we're just going to get on with it and just have a stream. So, yeah, not too bad at all. Ugh, what a weekend. I hope you guys have had a good weekend. I've had an interesting weekend. Had to take my son to hospital yesterday. He had had to have a scan, but he's okay. He's fine. Or at least that's what they told me anyway. He'd been getting some stomach pains and took him to the doctors. He did 3 P tests and they found that there was blood in it or red cells or something. So he went to hospital, but they checked him out. He was okay. So that's all good. So yeah, I had a nice trip to the hospital yesterday. Fun for all the family. Boston in the chat says, like GTA, Flipper is getting kind of bland. In a way, yeah. It's got some content coming out, you know, this Scooby-Doo update that's coming out for it, but, I mean, I might get it, I might not, I really don't know. It all depends on what money I've got. At the moment, any money I get is being spent on records, and, you know, I'm also, you know, starting back on my Blu-ray collections as well. I've just been watching one of them tonight, which is what my other build is based on. So yeah, more about that in just a little bit. But yeah, I'm not going to go fucking overboard and shit in this. It's just not fucking worth it. Isn't there going to be a free DLC for Halloween? Oh, no one fucking House Flipper will get something, but it'll be It'll be sort of like a a pay thing. There's going to be some kind of paywall behind it. So wait and see. Wait and see is the best thing I can say there because we don't know anything yet. But yeah, nah. Like I was saying the other night, GTA, I just can't be fucked with it anymore. I really can't. I've even deleted it off my PlayStation now. I'm like, fuck it. It's getting a bit ridiculous. I'm honestly during the because I play a lot of doing a lot of bit of gaming during the day, unless my wife's asked me to do something around the house. I mean, it's usually good here. There's usually not much to do at all, so I just sort of like play video games. And two games that I've been playing a lot of recently has been Forza 5, Horizon 5, and also Train Sim World 5 as well. I know number 6 is out now, but I can't afford it at the moment. Um, and yeah, just been having fun chilling on that. I don't do any of the fucking challenges properly or anything. I go fucking as fast as I possibly can, and tend to derail a fair bit. But yeah, just that's how it goes sometimes, isn't it? So this is going to be our living room area, and I'm going to put the windows now. Clearly, the wallpaper's in the way, but that's our back door there. So that's the front of the house there. So if I put some windows there, we should be looking a bit golden. Yeah. I reckon we'll end up paying for quite a bit, bruh. I really do. I really do. But yes, lovely couple of windows in there just to make it look like a fucking house. And then we'll go with I think it's going to have to go over here. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. So let's get a carpet down. Let's go with something to match up, maybe a purple carpet. I don't know. I'm winging it. I have no actual plans when I come on anymore. I literally just fucking wing it and hope for the best. Had a good night Friday night. Friday night was really good. I decided to go on Twitch for a bit, and I tuned into this absolutely amazing metal stream. It was incredible, absolutely incredible. Some of the metal music they played was just absolutely insane. It was, brilliant. And that led to me going onto eBay and buying some of it. I know, I have issues. Boston says, I've been ripping people off in Car Simulator 2. Oh, nice one. Well, I've been selling cars and stuff in Forza, and I went on there this morning and checked my gifts, and I got like fucking 5 Bentleys. And I thought, what the fuck's going on here? 5 Bentleys I was gifted. So yeah, I don't have all the DLC for that. I know they're bringing another one out, and I know that'll probably be next year. But we don't know if that's coming to PlayStation straight away. So I'm gonna probably maybe one DLC that I will buy on Forza Horizon 5 is the Universal Pictures one, just simply because I want kit. That's basically it. Just because I want kit. Um, you know. So we shall see. But yeah. All right. Well, they're going to go up there yet, so I can change the colour of them. Okay. Yeah. No. That'll do. Let's have the kind of curtains up in our place that Prince would have had. Right. God rest him, of course. Okay. So that works, but that doesn't. So it's going to need to be fucking smaller, isn't it? A lot smaller. Not even fucking central. Let's go then with something like this. Will that cover it? Barely. What the fuck's going on? Shut the fucking window. That'll do. I know that'll fit. Right. Let's purple it up. That'll do. Purple and green. No one really cares. There we go. Curtains are up. Right. Get rid of these fucking lights. So, yeah, I'm going to give it another minute or two and then we'll get into our talking point, which is a bit of a fucking doozy tonight. Because, honestly, I couldn't fucking believe my eyes when I saw it. Right. Let's get some sofa going. Where's the sofas? There they are. Oh, we already have one. It's going to be a very purple room, this. I don't know. There's they're very clever. They're very clever. I mean, look at how Rockstar do it with GTA. I know we've got to go back to GTA, but they bring out things, and you know what they are. I mean, there's always sort of like a slight difference, but still, that's how they do it. They're very fucking cunning and clever in what they do. They really are. Right. Okay. I think it's talking point time while we get the TV. So, parenting. A lot of people love it. A lot of people don't really like to be parents. I do. I love being a parent. I'm also going to do something with that telly, actually. I really love being a parent. I think it's absolutely great. But there are limits to what you should let your children do and get away with, because the person that they are in childhood will determine the person they're going to be when they grow up. Now that might be a sort of like a bit of a statement there, but let me explain why. I went to pick up my daughter from school the other day, and there was this kid whose mum brought them in a pushchair, stroller, buggy, whatever you want to call it. And she was basically too interested about being on her phone than looking after her kid. So then her kid goes into the playground where you've got to wait for them to unlock the gate so you can go into the bigger playground. And then I was like, what the fuck? This kid was out there, he was running around, and then he went and grabbed a scooter from where all the bikes and that are stored. Now, this scooter is obviously a little child scooter, but this was a little boy, and the scooter was a Frozen scooter, okay, the movie Frozen. And I'm sitting there, or standing there, and I'm thinking, what the fuck? This kid has got somebody else's scooter riding it around, because there's two entrances to the main office at the school. There's a ramp and there's also some steps. And this kid's cruising around on this fucking scooter that's not his, while the mother is standing, or while the mother is there on her fucking phone, doing nothing about it. And, and then he went and put that scooter back. And there was another one there. He tried to get that one out, but that one was locked up. Now, that's not parenting to me. I know, there's always got to be some level of discipline or control with your kids. If you let them run amok now, they run amok for forever. They take the piss. They'll take, you give them an inch, they'll take a mile kind of thing. And I just looked, I was in fucking disbelief when I saw that. I was standing there and I was like, aren't you going to do anything about this? So then the gate comes open and the kid comes round, no scooter, running round, running all over the fucking playground while his mum's yabbering on the fucking phone. And then he have a sister that goes there. Where I was standing was literally next to the window. School was still going on. The buzzer hadn't gone yet for the kids to come out. Okay, no school bell, no buzzer had gone off for the kids to come out. Yes, they weren't doing any learning at the time. They were packing up for the rest of the day. This was actually on Friday. They were packing up for the day to go home for the weekend. But it was still in school hours because that bell hadn't gone yet. And he went up to the window, this kid, bang, 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 bang on the wall, on the window, trying to call his fucking sister over. Well, his mum's there yabbering on the fucking phone. Why is it that, parents have no control over children these days? Now, when it comes to parenting for me, I'm laid back with my kids. I will let my kids swear. I will, let my kids get away with quite a lot of things. My son's 14 years old and is starting to get a mind like me, And, he's, but they know their limits. And when I think that that's a bit too much and it's time to stop, they stop. All I've got to do is say, right, that's enough now, okay? Basically, you've had your fun, give it over now, pack it in now. And they'll do it. They'll do it. Because they have respect. A lot of children these days don't have any respect for parents or anything like that. They don't have respect for... there's a saying in this country, respect your elders, right? Well... no elders get fucking respected because, people wonder why kids these days are completely out of fucking control. That's because your mum's on fucking social media planning out with her fucking friends when she's going to have her next fucking Scirocco, or not Scirocco, that's a car. What's that called, that stuff? Prosecco, that's it. Prosecco fucking meeting, and that. And it's like... it's like even when the fucking kids go on holiday and, they'd be off for 2 weeks, Christmas, 6 weeks, summer holiday, whatever. You go back and you're guaranteed to hear a mother in the playground say to another one, "Oh, hi, how are you? How was your holiday? Was it fun? Oh, that's good. Hey, well, we're going to drop the kids off today. Why don't you come back round mine for a cup of coffee and a chat?" I'm like, no, bitch. Get the fuck home and get your housework done because you had kids off fucking 6 weeks. That's not me being, that's not me being misogynistic at all. That is me being sort of like, what the fuck, Parents these days have no, they wonder why kids do shit and get things wrong. And, they have no fucking morals whatsoever. And... I know it's completely none of my business, but it fucks me off, because you try and bring your own children up to be good people, to be, nice people, be kind to people and shit like that. And then you got fucking some dozy twat fucking, letting kids run fucking riot, taking shit that isn't theirs in playgrounds and not doing anything about it. I mean, are you fucking serious, bro? What the fuck? How can you get away with that? How can you even, entertain the idea of sort of like, letting your children get away with shit like that? It's ridiculous. It really is, And the fact of the matter is, though, I think a lot of parents these days have got it all wrong. They've got this misconception that when they have a baby, everything's going to be beautiful. We're going to be such a happy family. And then the baby arrives. And then they think, I can't be fucked with this anymore. Half of them think that children are a tie-down. Half of them think that, they shouldn't have had kids and they sometimes regret it. Well, I'm sorry, love, but you opened your sweaty clam to let your man put his dick inside, just so as really, you know, you know, you should have done something about that. And also, another thing as well is that you should, you know, if you don't want fucking kids, why didn't you use fucking protection or some shit? You know, at the end of the fucking day, I thought you'd like that one. At the end of the day, you know, at the end of the day, you know, these children are here. They didn't ask to come into the world, and it's your responsibility to bring them up, and it's also your responsibility to bring them up and make sure that they grow up to be a good person, not sort of like, you know, some tearaway little twat who, or a fucking kid who gets away with every fucking thing, you know. It's ridiculous. The amount of fucking shit that kids get away with these days is unfucking real. And they're protected, aren't they? You know, you'll get sort of like these parents who get called into school because, I don't know, someone wrote on the teacher someone wrote on the fucking, on the chalkboard or whiteboard, whatever, that some teacher's a slut or something. And maybe she is. But, you know, nothing ever gets fucking done about it, does it? You get called into fucking school and told that your child's a bad kid, while all the time, you know, you're not actually doing anything to enforce manners and being a good person at home. You know, it's just bizarre to me. Like I say, I let my kids get away with more than they should. I know I do. I put my hands up, and I am 100% guilty of it. I know that they should, not get away with swearing, especially at the age they are. But at the end of the day, they're going to do it eventually anyway. So what's the fucking point? And I also think that kids should be allowed to swear and like stand up for themselves and stuff, because there's too many. These days, there's too much fucking pussyfooting around and being sort of like, you know, everything. You know, being sort of like, I don't know how you call it really. It's, you know, there's a limit, isn't there? There's a limit to what they should do and what they shouldn't do. And people say that teens are the problem. They're not the problem. The parenting is the problem. That's what it is. It's the parent, and what's the problem? If you don't enforce the rules at a young age, you ain't getting no respect when they hit the teenage years, which their body's going through changes to start off. You know, they've got a lot of pressure at school in them years as well, for like exams, GCSEs, and all that kind of stuff. And then, you know, but everyone's trying to protect them all the time, aren't they? Let them fucking grow up. Let them grow up, but make sure they grow up to be a good person. I mean, these days, it's really, really strange to me. Kids can go on fucking, like, Instagram and Snapchat and upload what the fuck they want, but heaven forbid little Billy goes to the hub and has a fucking wank. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. It really is fucked up, the way that things are handled these days. It shouldn't be that way. It should be, you know, things should be enforced, yes, but at a young age. Am I wrong for letting my kids swear? Sure I am. I know that. But at the end of the day, they have respect. You know, and a lot of children these days don't. So when you see a parent in the fucking playground of a schoolyard letting her fucking kid run around on other people's property, you know, play with other people's fucking toys that have nothing to fucking do with them, then that's kind of where you can take issue a bit, and you can really, really look at people and ask questions. Now, you know, I think it's I just think it's ridiculous. I really do. People should be able to, you know, kids, of course, kids have got to be fucking kids. I understand that. You know, they have. Kids have got to be kids. You've got to let them make their own mistakes in life and stuff like that. You can't protect them. And in a way, you shouldn't protect them all that much. When they're small, sure, protect the fuck out of them. But when they get to a certain age and, you know, and they start being a mouthy little dick to you, because they will do, you know, then it's time to sort of like, you know, if they've been raised correctly, they won't do that. You know, I have, like I say, I've got two kids. I've got a 10-year-old and a 14-year-old. And, you know, I can sit here and say that they're the greatest kids in the world, and to me they are. They're my kids, you know. And yes, I will protect them to the ends of the earth. But if one of them really, really fucks up bad, I let them deal with it. I let them deal with it and be like, well, you know, that's your mistake. You need to sort it out. Now, I mean, my son, I do protect a bit more than my daughter. My daughter's more clued up about things, where my son is, you know, got learning difficulties and mental health issues. He's got ADHD, and I know I'm not using that as an excuse at all. But, you know, there has to be a line. There has to be a cut-off point where you say, enough is enough. Let's not do this anymore. Let's stop being a dick, and let's, you know, be a member of, you know, society, be a good person. So the next time you see somebody out on the street, a kid, a teenager, and they're acting like a complete twat and making themselves look like a fucking idiot, it's going to be down to the parenting. Yes, friend influences can be another thing. Friends can get you, if they mix with the wrong crowd, that can get them into some serious shit. It really can. You know, there can be, anything could happen. But, you know, I think parents, what I'm saying, I think, is parents need to, you know, take more of a lead and role when they're young to make sure they grow up to be a good person. Because I'll tell you, what I saw, that kid taking that fucking scooter while his mum's on the phone, letting him fucking do it. That kid's going to grow up to be a little twat. He really is. He's going to grow up to be a mouthy little bastard who think he can say whatever the fuck he wants to whoever, and then one day run into the wrong fucking person, and, you know, gets his ass beat. It's just a fact. It's just the way it is, unfortunately. I mean, correct me if you think I'm being unreasonable and unfair, but as a parent myself, you know, I like to bring my children up the way that I was raised, and I was raised with respect. You know, and I'm not sort of like gonna sit here and make out that I'm the perfect parent, am I? Fuck no. I let them get away with way too much shit. I know I do. But like I said, there is respect there, because when it's time to cut it off, it's time to cut it off. You know. And half the time when kids misbehave, especially when sort of like they get teenagers, a lot of the time they act like a twat because they're, you know, because sort of like they haven't had that interaction. They haven't had that, you know, in their life, that time with parents and stuff like that. You know, they haven't had anything like that. They're crying out for fucking attention. They're crying out for love, basically, and they're not getting it, you know, and so they decide to be a twat and take it out on everyone else. And that's when they fall into the wrong fucking hands of friends and stuff. You know, you have got to be careful these days. Social media is a problem, you know. When not managed correctly, social media is a problem. My son is 14 years old. He's not allowed a phone. He's got a tablet, but he's not allowed a phone. His tablet is purely for him to play video games, and I know each and every single game, what is on there, what he's downloaded. And so I do check it regularly to make sure that he's, you know, not downloaded any game or anything that he shouldn't have. because I'm just looking out for him because he has these problems. You know, they should know, kids should know right from wrong. And a lot of them these days don't. So there you go. Do you think I'm being unreasonable? Do you think I'm being harsh? Because that's the end of the talking point. Let me know. So, yeah, we're going to go to my other build in a little bit. Just going to sort this kitchen out first, and I'll also show you what I've done to the outside as well. And always, every single time I do this, it always turns to nighttime. Now, I need it like this when I go to the next fucking place, my other build. Oh, yeah, I got to do the fucking ceiling, haven't I? Right, okay. My fucking throat keeps going dry. Hang on a minute. A little bit of liquid fucking, H2O always does the vocal cords good for about 10 minutes, then they get fucking dry again. Yeah. So yeah, it's what it's like, And I was just pointing out a fact because I can't believe that kids get the blame for everything, and it's not the child's fault, it's the parents, is basically what I was saying. They need to actually fucking parent more instead of worrying about where the next cup of coffee's coming from, where the next fucking, glass of fucking Prosecco's coming from, and, and take more fucking notice and actually listen to children. They wanted them, like I said, they fucked for them, so let them fucking deal with it. It is their problem. Okay. There's a different texture on this ceiling, so I might just paint the whole thing. Boston says sometimes yes, but then there are times where the kid just won't listen at all. That can happen, yes. But that's if that's built in at a young age, they will listen because they'll have respect. And you don't have to be scary, and you don't have to be sort of like, threatening or anything like that to them to make them listen. Sometimes they won't listen. Sometimes they take fucking no notice of you whatsoever. It's like you're talking to a fucking brick wall. But a lot of the times it can be, is mostly down to the parents, I think. But there you go. You are right. Sometimes they won't listen. Sometimes you see them all the time screaming and fucking shouting at kids because they won't listen. And why has my gas heating just come on? Yeah, I've got it turned off at the moment. Right, okay. So let's put some... Do you know what? I'm going to show you the rest of this place. Yeah, I showed you this. The basement. We have a basement on this property. Get the torch on. You'll also notice outside here I've built a canopy. Like an awning kind of thing. Just to keep the rain out. Because if there's anything like fucking England today, bloody hell. Yeah, so we've cleaned the windows in here. This is just going to be like a guest bedroom type thing. You have people over. What's this? That'll all be revealed later on. But yeah, that's what that is for. So, yeah. I hope that you enjoyed that talking point. So, we'll leave that one at that, and we'll continue with the rest of the evening on the game. We'll go with that. I'll do white as well to make it stand the fuck out a bit. So yeah, video games, huh? I don't know. I mean, we talked about games the other night, and I was talking to my son about his favourites and stuff, And you know, there's some he mentioned that he had that I didn't even fucking, you know, completely fucking forgot. There was this one when he was really fucking young. He had a Spider-Man one, not the PlayStation game, nothing like that. And he used to play that religiously all the time. You know, he's always been a bit of a Spidey fan. So yeah, we really enjoyed that one. I remember him playing that as well. I used to play that with him. It was really good fun. Right. So I'll put this round as like a tile backsplash kind of deal. Boston, my friend, my brother, my ally, my partner in crime, if you will. I have a question for you. Right? The question is, I know that you're in Rhode Island. I also know that the Conjuring House is in Rhode Island. How far away is it from you? And do you know where it is? I was meaning to ask you that the other night. I know it's in Rhode Island, and I know you are as well. But do you know where the Conjuring House is, and how far roughly are you away from it? It's probably in Providence, right? Um, right. 40 miles. Okay. Hmm. That's not too bad. So you're talking about 40 miles. So you're talking about 30 minutes drive, something like that. That's just we was watching Ghost Adventures the other day, me and the wife, and they was talking about the Conjuring House and stuff like that, and when they said Rhode Island, I thought, shit, yeah, I forgot it was there. I'm going to ask Boston. Right. Okay. Let us get home appliances. There we go. Lovely. Do you know what? I've got my phone here. I'll have a look. I'll look it up. It's not a mansion. It's not a mansion. It's out in the sticks. I know that much. In the movies, it might be portrayed as sort of like that, but right. I'll type in where fucking phone. Oh, I have a Twitch notification. Okay. It's a strip club. Where in. Right, there we go. Let's type it up. Okay, brother, it says the Conjuring House is located at 1677 Round Top Road in Harrisville, which is the town of Buryville, is it? Rhode Island. So, yeah, the village is Harrisville, and the town is Buryville or Burrellville. You know where that is? Right, right. Okie dokes. Let's go with something like that. And we'll go, oh, fucking hell. Why am I designing such disgusting fucking... Ew. There, that's better. Right. Gotcha, brother. Okay, so we're going to put our wonderful, sexy sink there. And then, of course, next to the sink, we need the washer and dryer. Every kitchen needs a washer and dryer. There we go. We're not going to put anything that side. We have a wall here we could do something with. What should we put there? The fridge. That's when I picked up this incredibly hot a 94 Camaro. I wish she came with the car. Well, there you go. We've all been there. We've all wished for that kind of thing, bro. We really, really have. It's so sad when it doesn't happen. I think it should happen more. This is just going to be a little hallway. You can store shit under here. Here's some coat pegs there. Well, there you go. I mean, shit. Right. Okay, nice little kitchen there. Let's go and do some work. Do you know what? Let's go to the basement. Let's go to the basement. Right, get rid of the bin bag. Don't need that. I mean, that actually can stay as it is. That's fine. There's only one problem with this, isn't there? You could turn it into like a little... Well, no, I know exactly what we can do. I know exactly what we can do here. Right. Give me a second. If I build literally across the... I won't do it like that because I've done my other place like that. You'll see that soon. It's coming, guys. I'll get this basement sorted out a little bit, and then I'll take you to my build that I've been building and explain why it's fucking there. Yeah, I know the feeling, bro. When I travel these days, I tend to travel by taxi. Like when I went up the hospital yesterday, I got a taxi from mine to up there, and it's going to be cheaper to go that way than it was, going fucking to going to sort of like the fucking getting a taxi down to the train station, then getting on a train, then getting another taxi when we get there to the hospital, then doing it all again in reverse. We just went direct. It cost a bit, but I paid for one way and the wife paid for the other way back. But fucking hell. I hope that doctor's telling me the truth, that there's nothing wrong with my boy. Because, I'm going to be seriously, seriously pissed if there is. Right, because this is a basement, we're going to make it as homely as we possibly can. With a little bit of red carpet. This is only sort of like a guest place, you know. It's not going to be overly dramatic down here. You know, it's only a place that's sort of like if someone comes to stay, they got a place to crash, basically. You know. In here, I might just do a small bathroom as well. That's why that's there. This is here because I want to put a fireplace there. But I feel I may have gone fucking overboard with the spacing. So we could get a little bit of that back. So if I will. If I copy the tiling, just put that down there. Get the hammer out and just start smashing away. I don't think we're going to need all that. Okay, bro. Nice one. Oh, I can't take that out. That's why that was like that. Gotcha. Right, okay. In that case, we'll go back to the original plan. That's why I did it. Right. Well, you know, time is getting on. So I'll do some more to that later. Let's save this and let's go to my other build. Now, anybody who knows me knows what kind of fucking build it's going to be, knows what kind of person I am, knows how my mind works, knows how corrupted my mind is. So with that being said, I'm going to save this. And let's head back to the main menu, should we? Because we're going to load up my latest creation. Now, this one has been a bit of a labour of love, it has to be said. I was completely out of my comfort zone building this. It's the alligator bar, but not as you know it. So hopefully, depending on where we load in, which is near the street, that's good. And is it night time? Let me have a look. Oh, yes, brilliant. Right. Welcome to my motel. I'll reveal the name in just a moment. Let me show you around. So this is my office. We've got a nice welcome there. Very good. I'm actually going to set it to night time. Because they'll give you more of the effect. Okay, so we are at night time. Okay, lovely. So this is my office. We've got a bed that I can sleep in. We've got a TV to watch there. We've got some nice lighting and also a computer to do, you know, work here at the back, documentation, stuff like that. In the main reception area, we have this television. We also have a phone there. We have some checkouts to run your credit cards and pay by cash. 2 phones, so we can have 2 receptionists. Also check bookings there on the computer as well, which is very cool. If we go out of here, it's best to reveal the name, isn't it? Let's go over here. So yes, if you want to stay here, it's quite good. There is a vacancy. There's always a vacancy here at the Sticky Sheets Motel. That's right, the Sticky Sheets Motel. Why did I build a motel? Well, I'm currently watching Bates Motel. I'm a Vera Farmiga fan, or Farmiga, however you pronounce it. And I decided that I was that's a good idea. Let's build a motel. So that's exactly what I've done. I have 6 rooms that all differ in variation, some in a little bit different size and stuff. You did see me building this on the other stream. But we've got our vacancy sign out. It says Sticky Sheets Motel. We've got some lighting in the ground there as well, just to illuminate it a bit. We've got some neon there. Both sides. It's done both sides. So you've seen the office. Let me take you around and show you the rest of the rooms. We've got lighting on the outside of each one. This is room number 1. It's very, very, very plain, but very basic. You don't know how long people are going to be staying. And here is one of the beds with said sticky sheets. And there's the TV for them to watch. They've also got a little cooking area over here as well. So you've got, you've got a microwave oven. You've got a coffee machine. You've got a kettle with some, a kettle on it to, get some water and make your cup of tea or whatever. Have a coffee, sleep in your bed. And round here is a little bathroom. This one's got one of the luxury showers in it, or two of them actually. This is for two people. So you've got two showers in here. Modernized showers, toilet and sink. All you could really want, really. That's the first motel room. That is room number 1. Go over here to room number 2. Same kind of premise, just different wallpapers, really. We've got some ceiling fans in this one. Some more drawers, another TV, bed. Got a lamp, a couple of lamps in this one. Once again, same setup for the thing. This room's, as you can see, a tiny bit bigger. In this bathroom, just very basic. We've got a nice shower, your sink, and your toilet. No frills, no frills. Just cheap, good motel rooms right here at the Sticky Sheets Motel. Right there. In room number 3, I don't have the lights on, but that don't really matter. This one's a little bit different in its plan. I think I've got some... There we go. We put the lights on in here. So we've got some ceiling fans. You've got your bed over here in this one. This room's a bit bigger. This is for sort of like, if you're staying a few days and need a bit more space kind of thing. Bed, lamp, TV, extra drawers, kitchen area. This one comes with a toaster as well. Premium. Bathroom area. We got lights in here. There we go. I'll put a couple of them on so you can see what's going on. Fuck it, let's put all 3 of them on. Right. So in this one, you've got a really, really big bathroom. This is like your luxury room, this is. You've got a hot tub in this one. Your toilet, a double sink, a big shower. So if you're on a honeymoon, you want your partner to get in with you so you can do stuff in the shower, go right ahead. There's also a bathtub in this one as well, which is very, very good. I don't even know if this tap runs, does it, this one? Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And that's got a little shower attachment on that as well. But that's your bathroom in this room. And yeah, you've got all of the storage you could want and need in this one, which is very nice. That's room number 3. Room number 4. Kitchen set up over here again. Same kind of design as the other one. Bed, TV. You've got a lamp. You can watch telly in bed, All good. Your bathroom. This one comes with pretty much the same as the other one. You've got a big, massive shower, bathtub, toilet, double sink in this one. That's room number, that was 4, wasn't it? Yep, 2 more rooms. In this one, we go back to the original design. We've got your TV, 2 drawers. Your kitchen area is over here. This one's a slightly bigger room as well. And the price will differ depending on what room you get. Got your bed. And, of course, your bathroom's around the corner here. With a big shower in it, toilet, sink. Everything's catered for. Everything you need is here. And the final room is room number 6, which has got the original design and no lamp in this one. I forgot to do that. But you've got your TV, which is nice telly, couple of drawers, kitchen utensils there. Everything you could possibly want is in here. And, of course, your bathroom, which is just the same as the other one. Maybe, the design, the wallpapers differ. But you've got ceiling fans, you've got everything that you could need. This is my motel. I built the Sticky Sheets. And I'm really, really impressed with how it came out. It took me a long time. This is where the alligator bar was and that massive garden and everything. It all got completely destroyed and taken down. And the motel was built. And, I'm going to sell it, but I have, I'm really, really resilient to do so. It's nice. I don't think I'd ever be able to recreate what I've built on this one. But we're going to see what we get for it. And I will maybe build another motel or something to see what we get. But here we go. Let's sell it. Put it up for auction. How much do we make? It's not a bad price. But it's going to go to Martha Moore because she's offering the most money. Okay. We're going to sell it to her. Congratulations, Martha. The hotel is yours. Let's see some pictures, shall we? Of what it was and what it is. There we go. That's what it was. That's what it is. A lot of work went into this. A hell of a lot of work went into this. I am actually, sometimes I'm just sort of like, oh, that'll do. But I know I am actually proud of this build. It took me some time. It really did take some time to, get everything sorted out in this one. It's great. What it was and what it is, the before and afters speak for themselves, really, So there you go. We'll continue with no saving photos. Although, really, it would have been nice to save photos for that one, wouldn't it? I could have put them up in other places, but it doesn't matter. Right, so there you go. I'm going to call it here tonight, guys. It's been a fun one. I hope you didn't find that talking point a bit too controversial, but, it was just fucking disgusting what I saw. People should be ashamed to bring their children up like that because that's not parenting. Okay? But I ain't going to go on about it again. Thank you for watching, guys. It does mean a lot to me that you tuned in. I'll be back again at some point. Don't know when, but I will be back at some point. Please, if you're watching this, drop us a like. It's always nice to see a like. And also, thank you for once again watching. Now, if you want more content, you need to go and visit the Queen of the Flipper. That's Pam's Game TV 2000. She's really, really good at House Flipper. She does the most incredible builds you'll ever see in your life. And she's, at one with the Flipper. So, yeah, please go and subscribe to Pam's Game TV 2000. She's also been doing Hypermarket Simulator, so go check it out on her channel. And also my brother from another mother, Mr. Boston Tea Party. Go and check his channel out if you like House Flipper and you want bougie mansions. That's where it needs to be at. Boston Tea Party. Not only he doesn't just do that, Prison Simulator, Firefighter Simulator, Disney Dreamlight Valley, you name it, the list goes on and on and on. He has got some great content over on his channel, so you need to go check him out as well. That is Boston Tea Party right here on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching this one. It's been a pleasure to be here for you. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one, whenever that is. Until the next time, take care of yourselves, and God bless you all. Cheers. Thank you so much. See you later. Bye.